Hey everybody, Tim and Julie here for another episode story of Batman 1966, Season 2, Episodes 9 and 10, The Greatest Mother of Them All, Ma Parker. Doesn't rhyme, but it actually flows as a sentence. I am not good at math, but we are now 10 episodes done out of 60, so that's roughly 1/6 of the season. But we're doing good. We're making progress. What did you think?
I like Ma Parker. And the funny names that she had for all her kids.
Oh, like Pretty Boy and Mad Dog.
And Lucas and what was the girl's name?
Legs.
She didn't mention the girl first.
Yeah. So Shelly Winters, I'll go ahead and say it. Shelly Winters is Ma. So I know Shelly Winters from two things. One, she was the grandmother in Roseanne, because there was Roseanne and Jackie, and then their mother Bev, and then Bev's mother Nana Mary. So Shelly Winters played Nana Mary. And then, so I am a huge fan. My second favorite director / directing team is the Rankin and Bass Company. Most famous for like Rudolph and Frosty. They experimented. They did like a Halloween special, and they did Santa Claus is Coming to Town, and they also did the Easter Bunny is Coming to Town. Both have Fred Astaire in them. Anyway, after Frosty the Snowman, they did a sequel called Frosty's Winter Wonderland.
Right.
And it was all about Frosty getting a wife. Which, coming up, we're in October now. Like, coming December, I should just do all the Rankin and Bass movies. Frosty's Winter Wonderland, it has to do... And, I mean, that's part of the Frosty song, where it's like they made the preacher and whatever. Mm-hmm. Frosty's wife, Crystal, was voiced by Shelly Winters. So, that's, like, whenever I hear Shelly Winters, honestly, the first thing I think of is actually Crystal, the wife of Frosty the Snowman. Because even then, they did a third part, or whatever. They did another movie called Rudolph and Frosty's Christmas in July. Mm-hmm. That I love to watch every July. And Crystal and their kids are in that movie. And Shelly Winters, once again, plays the voice of Crystal. So, I know Shelly Winters more by her voice than anything. And then secondary from Roseanne. Because, like, I had remembered watching Roseanne as a kid, but not, like, religiously. Like, not a whole lot. It wasn't until I met Jordan. Jordan loves Roseanne. He could name every episode backwards and forwards. And then we watched it together. And then to this day, like, we watch all of Roseanne. We're watching The Connors. He loves it. And she's only in, like, 10 episodes. I guarantee you, if you ask, like, hey, Jordan, which 10 episodes are Nana Mary in? He would know every single one. That being said, like, I did like Ma Parker. Like, she was a really interesting villain.
Mm-hmm. She gave up too easy.
You think so?
Yeah.
Do you think we'll see her again?
Probably. Yeah.
For me, I really, really liked her. I would love to see her again. And because of that and how pessimistic I am, I don't think we'll see her again. Because if I'm like, I like this person, we'll never see him again. Never gonna happen. Or if, like, we see somebody and I'm like, this person is fucking stupid. Like, I hate this villain. Mm-hmm. Guaranteed we'll see him again. Because I always think the worst.
Yeah.
I find her interesting. I had brought it up to you that she reminded me of Vicki Lawrence.
Yeah.
From Mama's Family, the original singer of The Night the Lights Went Out in Georgia, which is a great song. Although I do like Reba's version more. Mm-hmm. I gotta say it. Whatever. Because Shelly Winters is clearly wearing, like, grandma makeup. But, like, it's just kind of, she had that reminiscent feel.
Right.
Where she was a young woman pretending to be old. But, like, I felt like, because Vicki Lawrence played Momma 10 years after this, 15 years after this. But, like, this, it's kind of how, and that's the whole point of Mama's Family, was Vicki Lawrence was relatively young. When she is just now getting to that age where she actually is Mama's age 40 years later. Because she was like 40 playing an 80-year-old. Mm-hmm. And so she kind of had that type of like sassy feel about her.
Mm-hmm.
Probably my favorite scene was the wheelchair with the rockets, where she just takes off and she's like, "I'm out." I absolutely loved it. Julie Newmar makes a cameo as Catwoman, which is good. I really liked it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, didn't add to the plot, didn't do anything, but it kind of like reminds you, hey, all of these are one universe.
Mm-hmm.
And she brings up the Joker and the Penguin.
Well, yeah, because they were in the while Parker was going to prison,
Mm-hmm.
and who would have thought he'd see Catwoman?
Yep. And it was great. Like,
it
wasn't a Catwoman episode or anything.
No,
She just
no reference
she
to
she
her.
pops in. Did they even say her name, that it was Catwoman, or you just know
that's Julie Newmar.
Yeah. And I mean, she makes the purr and everything. Like, you know 100% that that's Catwoman, but they literally make no reference. She's just like, I'm in jail now.
Because she was wearing her costume.
Mm-hmm.
And with a bunch of guys. There wasn't other women.
No?
Just other guys, because it was a guy's prison that Mama Parker wanted to make it a family prison. And so, she stood right out.
Yeah, but it was great. Like, I really liked it. And I like when they make little references, like, to bring everybody together.
Mm-hmm.
Who was the other cameo?
Milton Borough.
Which I am obsessed with TV shows from the 60s to the 80s. Like, literally, when Julie and I are not watching TV, when I'm not making my reviews, 9 times out of 10, I'm watching Match Game, Supermarket Sweep, Tattletales, Password, Super Password, Password Plus, stuff like that. And not Match Game, Match Game PM, the Match Game Hollywood Squares Hour. I love old TV shows. Absolutely love it. So, Milton Borough, like, I know him, I'm pretty sure it was Tattletales that I know him from, where he's like smoking his cigar, because that's probably my favorite thing of those old game shows, like especially Match Game, where they're all just fucking like, they're chain smoking through this.
Or drinking.
And like, I'm pretty sure it was Tattletales. I've seen Milton before. And that's the other thing, is between the 60s and the 80s, like, you didn't need a reason to be famous. You didn't have to be a famous actor or anything. You just had to have that personality, get your foot in the door, and you're done. Gene Rayburn had no reason to be famous.
No.
But he was in To Tell the Truth, or What's My Line. He was the main host for Match Game, and that's it. Like, he was famous for that. And some of those have bled over. Like Pat Sajak, he's not famous for any reason, but he got his foot in the door for Wheel of Fortune, and you're done. Alex Trebek, Concentration,
right,
and then Jeopardy. Boom, done. As long as you get that personality foot in the door, you're good. And I mean, I could be wrong, but I don't know Milton Borough for any other reason other than those old game shows.
Yeah.
Like, does an acting thing stand out for you?
I'm sure there is something.
I mean, I guarantee you he was in something.
Yeah,
but like, it doesn't stand out.
No.
Like, today, you need to be famous for a movie or a TV show or something, and then
will remember, oh yeah, he was in such and such.
Yeah, and then you get like a game show or a TV show or something like that. But you need to be famous first.
Right.
Whereas back then, they'd be like, you got a good personality, let's try it. So Milton Borough, I did not recognize, like I said, mostly because I recognized him from the 70s, 80s.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a little early for me. And once you were like, I think that's him. And I was like, oh, maybe. Which he had guest starred in Roseanne, in like a single episode, in one of the Halloween episodes, in drag, nonetheless. So, like, I was like, oh, that is Shelly Winters. Like, again, once you pointed her out, because I was used to Nana Mary, who... There's nothing wrong with this. This is not shaming whatsoever. She put on some weight between 1966 and the late 80s.
Right.
I mean, I have put on weight since the last video we did, so, like, it happens. But I was like, oh, fuck, you're right. Because you got Shelly Winters before I did.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was when the credits came on. But I think she did good.
She did.
Like, I really enjoyed her.
Yes.
So we got Shelly Winters, we got Catwoman. I can't even say it. The wheelchair moment where she was like, "Escape!"
I was just gonna go through the wall.
And she just fucking hits the wall and stops. And like, I legit thought the wall was gonna be fake or something, and it was just gonna fall.
Route.
Or yeah, like it was gonna be like the Batcave. Like, there was just gonna open, and I was like, oh, "This is exciting!" No, she just boom, head first, right in the wall, and she's like, "Oh!" And I was like, "Oh, okay."
And yeah, and another funny thing was all her robberies. She left one kid there to get caught.
Which did its job. Because at first we were like, this isn't very good. Because you keep losing kids every robbery. But then that ended up being part of the plan. Was to get them arrested to take over the prison. I was like, that's actually a lot more clever than we gave you credit for.
Yes, it was.
Like, this was actually a much better story than, like, the last couple.
Yes.
Really liked it. Any other closing thoughts for Ma Parker?
I'd like to see her again.
I would too. I doubt we will, but I would like to see her again.
Yeah.
Which you never know, because after we're done with the show, we're going to read the comic book, and she might show up in the comic book. You never know.
You never know.
Any other closing thoughts?
No.
Nope. Okay, we are a sixth of the way through season 2. We're making our way slowly but surely. We're going to get through it. I'm still really enjoying it. Like, especially kind of balancing the shows. Like, I'm like, I'm appreciating it more and more. Not every episode is a winner, but it is still really enjoyable.
It is.
So thank you for watching it with me.
I enjoy it.
Good. That's all we got for today, as far as I know, for Ma Parker. Hopefully she comes back. Probably not. Oh well. I am super excited.
Yeah.
You got something else?
Well, maybe she'll make a cameo.
We can only hope. After seeing Julie Newmar,
who knows?
like, I'm hoping so. I am super excited because I know who the next villain is, and we have not seen him before. But I'm super excited. So join us next time. Thank you for those who have subscribed. Join us next time for The Clock King's Crazy Crimes and The Clock King Gets Crowned.